Good midnight, NWS Revolution members and viewers. This is your play-by-play commentator, Joe Galli. And this is your color commentator, Dan Lambert. And this is your NWS Board of Directors Chairman and your NWS Hardcore Champion, Mischief, Mikey Mueller. And today, me, Joe Galli, and Dan Lambert are going to give you our NWS Revolution Impact Review. By the way, I have a broken arm courtesy of my adopted father, Scott Kisagale, courtesy my former best friends, Jay Lawson and Noah Higgins, and courtesy of my little brother, Jaden Milner, the manager of Scott Kisagale, also known as Scooter St. William, and new NWS Directors of Operations. Well, I'm the NWS Board of Directors Chairman, and I hold power over both Scott Kisagale and my brother Jaden Miller. So, Okay, Mikey. Okay, let's not brag about ourselves here. Oh, let's get on with the review. Okay. Last Thursday night show was hailing from the Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado. The commentators for the show were me, Joe Galli, and Dan Lambert. All matches in the backstage bar are shown on the NWS Revolution YouTube channel. Okay, the show opens up with NWS Revolution owner, chairman, and CEO, NWS World Heavyweight Champion Scott Kisagale, also known as Scooter Simram, and with his manager, agent, NWS Director of Operations, Jaden Milner, NWS United States Champion Jay Lawson, and the NWS Intercontinental Champion Noah Higgins opened the show as they introduced themselves as the Destructive Patriots, which is their stable name. Scott says he and Jaden formed this stable to make a statement and show the Don Callis family and Elite Blood Warriors what happens when you mess with us. Scott explains why he hired Jaden as his new director of operations, because he trusts Jaden with his life, and Jaden has a lot of experience to do the job. Scott then cuts a promo on John Cena as he challenges him to a backstage bar. Jaden gets on the mic as he cuts a promo on Don Callis, then on Paul Heyman, his brother, Mischief, Mikey Mueller, warning him that the karma he will see if he continues to stick his nose where it doesn't belong. He already has a broken arm for his troubles, but he is very brave to wrestle with a broken arm. But he says Mikey is very brave to wrestle with a broken arm. Jaden says the Destructive Patriots have no problem giving Mikey another broken arm or a broken leg if he continues to mess around with them. Jay Lawson and Noah Higgins explain why they beat up Mikey and why Jaden Scott beat up Mikey and end up injuring his arm. Vinny Joe comes out, gets on the mic, and says he would love to join the Destructive Patriots and help take down the Don Callis family and Elite Blood Warriors as they exterminate. And this was a great opening segment. I like the name. The Destructive Patriots, Scott Kisagale, and Jaden Milner are going to be great leaders of that group. Jay Lawson, Noah Higgins, and Vinny Joe, they fit perfectly well in that group. What do you say, Dan Lambert? Oh, yes. I love the Destructive Patriots. That is a perfect name because Scott Kisagale, Jaden Milner, Jay Lawson, Noah Higgins, and Vinny Joe are definitely Patriots. They fight for the United States of America. They fight for the NWS Revolution, and they fight for the fans. I love them. God bless the Destructive Warriors, because they're going to be a very strong babyface faction here in the NWS Revolution. Oh my God, will you two please listen to yourselves? You're a bunch of kiss-ups. You're sucking up to the destructive Patriots. I mean, you think it's funny that Scott Gale, Jaden Miller broke my arm. You think it's funny that Jay Lawson and Noah Higgins injured my shoulder. You guys think it's funny that, huh? Well, I'm going to heal up very quickly. And when I do heal up, Scott Gale, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to punish Scott Gale. And Jaden Miller, Jay Lawson, and Noah Higgins, and now Vinny Joe, I am going to punish them as well. Because I already have a lawsuit against Jaden Miller, Jay Lawson, and Noah Higgins. And I already have a restraining order against them as well. But the restraining order says, unless physically provoked. Well, I might just file another restraining order against the destructive Patriots. And there's nothing they can do about it. Because the contract says, unless I provoke you, you cannot put your hands on me. But oh well, as I was saying, when I Mischief Mikey heal, I'm gonna get my revenge. The Don Callis family are gonna get their revenge, and the Elite Blood Warriors are gonna get their revenge. And I'm surprised you guys got away with kidnapping the general manager, Don Callis, my cousin. I'm surprised you aren't behind bars, because that's where you should be. If it were up to me, if I was president of the United States, I would sign an executive order and have you arrested on the spot. And no disrespect to Scott Gale, but I'd have him arrested as well. Anyway, Dan Lambert, take it away. Why, thank you, Mr. Mikey Mueller. I'm not surprised you would feel that way. The first match was for the NWS Tag Team titles. There was a Tag Team Championship tornado matches. Michael Scars Minor and Bob McGovern defeated Galli. This was a really good back and forth match, very enjoyable. And backstage, NWS Head of Talent Relations, Michael Cole, interviews Mischief Mikey Mueller and asks him his thoughts on the destructive Patriots. Mikey says he will get his revenge on the new stable for what they did to him and for breaking his arm. Cole asks Mikey if his arm is really broken because he has been known to fake an injury before, to cheat on a test to get out of something. Mikey says, how dare you? You make that assumption. No, Cole, I am not faking this time. My arm is really broken and my shoulder really does hurt. Cole says he will believe it when he sees it. Yeah, Mikey, you have been known to fake an injury before. I did watch your show, Mischief Mikey Mueller, on Darman Studios. I watched Jay and Mikey. I watched Noah's Ark. I watched all the shows. What do you think, Joe Galli? You know, it wouldn't surprise me if Mikey is faking another injury just to get out of something or just to stick up to the destructive Patriots. For the last time, I am not faking my injury, okay? I am really hurt. My shoulder really does hurt. And my arm is really broken, okay? You guys got to stop making assumptions. You listen to Mr. Conspiracy Theorist, Michael Cole, and now the two of you are becoming conspiracy theorists. Why would I fake an injury? Yes, I know I've done it to cheat on a map to get out of a test and stuff, but no, this time this is the real thing. As a matter of fact, this next Thursday on Revolution Impact, I will show actual proof that my arm is actually broken, because I will show everybody the x-rays of my broken arm, okay? And I will show everybody that this is not a fake injury. This is a real injury, okay? Yes, I was able to wrestle, but that's because I'm brave. Hell, if an injured Seth Rollins was able to wrestle on NWS Revolution Impact and risk his body, I'm able to risk my broken arm, okay? so I can compete with a broken arm. There's other wrestlers that have done that before. Joe Galli and Dan Lambert. Now let me read the next match. And match number 2. NWS United States Championship. Jay Lawson with Goody Two Shoes Noah Higgins in his corner defeated the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. This was a decent back and forth match. And then NWS CEO Cody Mercer is worried that the Destructive Patriots are going to come after him next, except for Scooter. Paul Heyman calms him down, saying he has nothing to worry about, as he is worried too. And Cody, yeah, I mean, the Destructive Patriots, they act like, see, the thing is, my brother Jaden Miller has been leaving messages on the NWS community, the YouTube NWS Rebels community board. He's talking all this trash behind the computer. But I find it real funny that he's not talking trash to my face. But anyway, Joe Galli, take it away. Okay, that's your opinion, Mikey. But yeah, match number 3 was with the NWS Intercontinental Championship. Noah Higgins with Jay Lawson defeated General Manager Don Callis with Assistant General Manager Paul Heyman. I love seeing Don Callis get his ass kicked. And I love seeing Don Callis being held hostage by the Destructive Patriots, because Don Callis is getting exactly what he deserves. Then Paul Heyman goes into the office of the Destructive Patriots and demands they stay out of the Elite Blood Warriors and Don Callis family members' way, or else. Jaden Miller shoves Paul Heyman down on the couch and holds him down, asking him, or else what, Paul, as Don Callis tries to save him, but he is being held down by Jay Lawson and Noah Higgins. Scott tells Paul Heyman that Jaden asked him a question. A frightened Heyman says, never mind, and please don't hurt him. Jaden says, yeah, that's what he thought, as he lets Paul Heyman go, who runs out as fast as he can. Jaden says next time he won't let him go. See, Paul Heyman should know better, because the Destructive Patriots have said if you mess with them, they will mess with you right back. I'd love to see Paul Heyman be held hostage. Oh, yes, the Destructive Patriots mean business. They're not screwing around. If they say they're going to do something right back, then they're going to do it. Paul Heyman never should have even thought of barging in the office of the Destructive Patriots and demanding they stay out of the Elite Blood Warriors and Don Callis family's way, because Scott Casageo, Jaden Miller, Jay Lawson, Noah Higgins, and Vinny Joe, the Destructive Patriots, they don't take too kindly to threats. How? Now, what do you think? What is wrong with the Destructive Patriots? They put their hands on Paul Heyman, the assistant general manager. Jaden Miller, funny, he talks trash to Paul Heyman, but why won't he talk trash to me, huh? Why won't he talk trash to Cody Mercer? Why won't he talk trash to Psycho Mercer, huh? Why won't Jaden Miller talk trash to the Elite Blood Warriors that have Don Callis family members' faces, huh? If Jaden Miller's got something to say, then he should say, as I said, he should say directly to my face. Man, these guys just get a free pass. The Destructive Patriots get a free pass for their actions, but whenever I do something, I get in trouble for it. Jaden Miller has always gotten a free pass for everything he has done. Now next was the NWS Underground match. Psycho Mercer defeated Gunther. Okay, match. Match number 6, Extreme Rules match. Billy Joe with Director of Operations Jaden Miller defeated John Cena with Assistant General Manager Paul Heyman. Really, really good back and forth match. And then the Destructive Patriots are walking around backstage signing autographs for the fans. Whoop-de-doo, signing autographs for the fans, pandering to the fans, being goody two-shoes to the fans. No, they should call themselves the goody two-shoe Patriots. That's they should call. That's what I would name them. But no, what is so destructive about the destructive Patriots, huh? Kings of mischief? No. I'm the king of mischief, and I'm the master disaster. Jaden really better stop running his mouth. Anyway, take it away, Joe Galli. Thank you, Mischief Mikey Miller. Yeah, yes. And then it was a false match number 7. False count anyway. Jaden Miller with NWS Revolution owner, chairman, CEO Scott Casey, also known Scooter St. Miller, in his corner, defeated and injured Seth Rollins with assistant general manager Paul Heyman. In my opinion, Seth Rollins, yes, he's brave, but he should not be wrestling since he's going to be out of action for several months. Now, Seth Rollins is injured even more. But anyway, it was a great match. Very good match. I agree. Jaden Miller has definitely making a name for himself here in the NWS Revolution. You know, it doesn't really surprise me that Jaden Miller would beat up an injured wrestler, but that's my brother. You know, that's my brother. Talks trash behind the internet, behind a keyboard, but doesn't talk trash to my face or anybody else's faces. But if he does decide to talk trash to my face, then Jaden Miller is going to find out what will happen. And in the Elite Blood Warriors, the Don Callis family, Cody Mercer, Psycho Mercer, and Paul Heyman talk business. Yes. Good. Hopefully, they have a plan to get revenge on the destructive Patriots. Because I have a plan. I have, as I said, I will get my revenge on Jaden, Jay, Noah, and Noah. All three of them for what they did to me, and including Scott Kiska, my adopted father, for beating me up. I will get my revenge, and they will never see it coming. Well, you go ahead and try to do that, Mischief Mikey, but I think your revenge is going to backfire. And then there was match number 8. Mischief Mikey Miller with assistant general manager Paul Heyman defeated Pat McAfee in a great match. This was a really great back and forth match. And surprisingly, Mischief Mikey Miller showed that he could actually defend himself and that he could actually wrestle. I really enjoyed this match. However, I would have loved to see Pat McAfee win. Well, that didn't happen, Dan Lambert. I defeated Pat McAfee in an Extreme Rules match for my hardcore title, and I'm still your NWS hardcore champion. Being Dan Lambert, yes. And then Michael Cole interviews the destruction backstage. NWS head of talent relations, Michael Cole, interviews the destructive Patriots and asks if there will be any new members joining. Scott Casey Gale and Jaden Miller say the offer is on the table. Anybody can join if they want to. Jay Lawson, Noah Higgins, and Vinny Joe say the destructive Patriots will become the most powerful force in NWS. Well, I would like you guys to put that theory to test. I just want to know how destructive you guys are going to be. I want to know how destructive the destructive Patriots are actually going to be. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing what they do. And it's a co-main event. NWS CEO Cody Mercer with assistant general manager Paul Heyman defeated Tommaso Ciampa in a really good back and forth co-main event. And take it away, Joe Galli. Yes, that was a good co-main event. What you think, Dan? Absolutely. I mean, Cody Mercer and Tommaso Ciampa put on one hell of a co-main event. Okay, the next thing was Mischief Mikey Miller confronts His adopted father, Scott Casey, tells him he had a hunch that Jaden, Jay, and Noah would influence him like they did. As Scott says, not really an influence, they just formed an alliance. Mikey says Scott's father, after Scott's father, John Cena, is over, him and Scott are going to have a long talk. Jaden, Jay, Noah, and Vinny show up and they ask a long talk about what? Mikey tells them this is between him and Scott, adopted father and son business. And I wonder what exactly they talked about. Scott gets ready for his match against Logan Paul as Jaden accompanies him. Main event, NWS World Heavyweight Champion Scooter St. William with NWS Board of Directors, with NWS Directors of Operation Jaden Miller in this corner, defeated Logan Paul with Mischief Mikey Miller in this corner. This was a really good, enjoyable main event. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I mean, Scott Casey Gale is really making a name for himself as the NWS World Heavyweight Champion.
Mischief. Mikey. Miller.
But yeah, I mean, Scott Casey Gale and Logan Paul put on one hell of a main event. What did you think, Dan Evans? It was a great main event. I really enjoyed it. What about you, Mikey? Oh, yes, it was a good main event. And then the backstage brawl between Scott Casey-Gale and John Cena was great. Scott Casey-Gale ended up winning the match and to end the show. And yes, Scooter St. William will be defending his NWS World Heavyweight title against John Cena at the NWS Revolution Beach Bash pay-per-view at the end of this month, July 27th, in Miami Beach, Florida. But yeah, it was a great way to end the show. And next week, me and Michael Cole are going to give you our NWS Revolution Impact review. But anyway, Mischief Mikey Miller, would rate Revolution Impact 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, way up, and a solid 10 out of 10. And next week on Revolution Impact, I will show you actual proof that my arm is actually broken and that my shoulder hurts because they did take an X-ray. So I will show you X-rays. As a matter of fact, I will bring my personal doctor there too to show you that I am not faking an injury. Michael Cole, Joe Galli, Dan Lambert. I will show you that my injury is actually real. That's exactly what I'm going to show you. What more proof do you need? Well, I'm looking forward to you showing you actual proof. But yeah, I agree with you, Mikey. The Revolution Impact was 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, way up, and a solid 10 out of 10 and an A triple plus. Same here, 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, way up, and a 10 out of 10. A triple plus. And Mikey, you better have the X-ray test to show that your arm is actually broken, that the shoulder actually hurts. And you better bring your doctor up too. Okay, so I'm gonna hold you to that. Anyway, this is Dan Lambert, Joe Galli, and Mr. Mikey Miller signing up. Next week, Michael Cohen, Mr. Mikey Miller will give you their Revolution Impact review. Good night, everybody, and thank you for watching.